I welcome you to the Messiah channel. We focus on the end times. We focus on important events. We've entered the year 2023, and I take this opportunity to wish everybody, every member, a prosperous new year. And we are looking at the prophetic implications of events that will be unfolding in the year 2023 and beyond 2023. We are in 2023, and there will be a spillover of some of the things that happened in 2022. And definitely you will agree with me that there will be a spillover of the war in Ukraine that started in 2022. It will spill over in 2023. I do not consider it to be Ukrainian war. I consider it to be a war between Russia and NATO, a war between Russia and the United States. It's a proxy war. And when you fight a proxy war, the combatants do not directly engage each other, and they use proxy forces. If you look at the Cold War, in the case of Southern Africa, the Soviet Union and the United States fought proxy wars. And there was a time that Soviet pilots were flying Cuban planes so that Cuban soldiers would fly planes to fight against South Africa. And Americans were also arming mercenaries to fight against the freedom fighters in Angola, in Mozambique, in Zimbabwe, and also in South Africa during the period of apartheid. That was proxy war. The Soviets and Americans were not directly fighting one another. That's what has been happening since 2022, and it will happen in 2023, where Americans and the Russians will be fighting the proxy war. It will be a time for both powers to test their weapons and also to test their doctrines as they fight for global supremacy and global hegemony, to decide who controls the new world, whether it is the United States or whether it will be China or whether it will be Russia. So 2023 is also close to the year 2024. Next year will be 2024, and next year will be a year where there will be a solar eclipse in the United States. The last eclipse happened in 2017, and it's expected that 7 years later, and that is 2024, there will be another eclipse in the United States, solar eclipse. The 2017 eclipse passed through some key cities in the United States, cities that have Egyptian names, Memphis and Cairo, for example. And it's very prophetic that the eclipse passed through some cities in United States that have names similar to some names in Egypt. Prophetically, the United States is the new Egypt, where the children of Judah were enslaved by ships in the year 1619 from the kingdom of Judah in West Africa. And Genesis chapter 15, verses 13 to 14 talks about judgment coming to the nation that afflicted God's people for 400 years. And so we are in 2023. We are not very far from the year 2024, where there will be another solar eclipse occurring in the same year that there will be presidential elections in the United States. We are in 2023, and we are 7 years away from the year 2030. As we are aware, the leaders of the New World Order, they have a plan, they have an agenda, they have a target year, and that year is 2030. We are in 2023, 7 years to that time. If you look at the Antichrist, he will be given a period of 7 years. If you read Daniel 9:27, you will be given a period of 1 week, which is translated into 7 years. And so if 2030 is a target date for the New World Order, then you will agree with me that 7 years to that time, we have to count 2023. I'm not saying that the Antichrist is coming this year, but I'm speaking to you in view of the occult history of the United States. They deal with numbers. The occultists deal with numbers. The Freemasons, the Illuminati, agents of the Luciferian system, they deal with numbers. And when they talk about 2030, they're dealing with not only a year, they're also dealing with numbers. They have their plans, and we have only 7 years left for 2030. Do they have anything planned? Some of you are aware that they are planning another pandemic for the year 2025. What you saw 2020 may be repeated in 2025. The Gates man, he's a prophet. He predicted something will happen in 2020. It did happen. The same Gates man is prophesying, predicting that something is also going to happen in 2025. We're in 2023. And so if something is going to happen in 2025, it means they are planning. They are very active. And 2023 will be a year where they will have to be active and put all things together. So what they are planning for 2025 will happen. Remember that in 2029, it's also expected that an asteroid will hit the Earth. The Prophet asteroids. It may hit or it may not hit, but it's significant that we are in 2023 and we are not far from 2029, and 2029 is not far from 2030. So many things will happen, and 2023 is part of the season, the end times, the era of the New World Order. The New World Order is the last empire that will rule the world until the kingdom of the Messiah comes in, based upon the prophecy in Daniel chapter 2, verse 44. When a new year comes and you are alive, you spend a new year, you are very happy, but you have to remember that as the year moves on, the time is ticking. The end time clock is ticking. We don't have time at all. The last trumpet already have sounded, and 2023 will be moving very fast. Anything anything at all can happen in 2023. There could be an accident, there could be an earthquake, there could be nuclear war, and there could be a mistake that could lead to nuclear war. But the cyber attacks and currency collapses will continue because they are being planned. They are planning for a digital currency. And we're in 2020, the Pope will probably be able to complete his agenda for one world religion with the opening of the Abrahamic House in Abu Dhabi. It was scheduled for 2022, but I believe that in 2023 it will be ready, and it will set a stage for one world religion. So time flies, and you cannot waste your time. You need to prepare for salvation, for eternity, and 2023 will come and go as 2022 came. But it's also possible that anything at all can happen. Our Lord is coming like a thief, and the day and time, the hour, nobody knows. So it could be 2023, it could be any other year, but you need to be watchful all the time. And so this is my message for you, to be watchful 2023 as we approach more perilous times that will come, as we begin to watch, particularly events that will happen in 2023 in the United States regarding the internal politics of the United States and the implications that will have on American politics, the implication that will have on the spillover to all the four corners of the earth. Thank you, and Happy New Year 2023.